Janice, it is so great to have you here. I am so thrilled that you decided to say yes to this interview series.
Well, yes, I'm excited. Thank you so much for including me.
Absolutely. So let's get started.
Okay.
So, what is something that you're celebrating today?
I am celebrating the fact that I have another opportunity to make a discovery about me.
Oh,
I
what?
don't think we stop discovering. And with each decade, I've learned that I didn't know that when I was in my 30s. I didn't, because we tend to think of things chronologically.
Right.
But when I was in my 40s, that's when the questioning began. And so by now, I will be 70 in August.
Congratulations.
And I'm looking forward to it because with each decade, there have just been these surprises, like things that I had no idea that I could do, was interested in doing. It's been a period of discovery, and I now know that each decade. So I'm excited about just the possibilities.
That is so wonderful. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited to hear even more about what those possibilities will be.
Yeah.
So you mentioned in your 30s and even in your 40s, still trying to figure out what that was. What are three things that you wish you had known when you first started working?
I wish when I graduated from college, because I went straight through with my undergrad and my graduate degree, and really started a doctorate when I was 22 and didn't finish it because I also got married and then moved to Dallas, and it was really not wise to have stacked it, that much. So I'm 22 years old and I've done everything that they say that you're supposed to do. I did not know that my first job might not be in what I majored in. They didn't, colleges, I think, are doing a better job with preparing us for the real world today, but they didn't do that then. And so there was nothing at the university. There were no conversations about that. And so that's the first thing, is it would have been helpful to know, because I was stunned. And I remember that period so well. And I now know that maybe I was a little depressed at finding that, because I kept looking for the job that matched my degree.
Yes.
And I was just, nobody had prepared me for the possibility that that's not really how this works. So that's number one. Number two, that the world wasn't waiting for me with bated breath. That when I went out and I interviewed, because I had done well, that people would say, "Oh my gosh, you're just exactly what we're looking for." And I mean, as I say that now, it sounds ridiculous and naive, but I was 22, so I was naive. And it didn't occur to me. And that three, I would be unwanted in professional spaces.
Mm.
And this is where time period comes in, because I was born into the Jim Crow South. So I straddle both the segregated period and also the period post civil rights.
Oh, wow.
So somebody that was born like after 65 would have had, it's going to have a completely different lens for this. But I didn't realize, I knew that there would be racism. I did not know there would also be misogyny.
Oh,
I just didn't know. And it would have been helpful to know. It wouldn't have discouraged me, because I have a natural instinct to fight, and I don't have esteem issues, which is good. But I had no idea. So that came as a surprise.
there's so much there for you. Just not only are you doing with societal um, things happening during that time period, but then that being young at that age,
Yes.
and you're thinking, oh, I'm so excited, I'm going to graduate, I'm going and I'm going to do this. And
Yeah.
yeah, I remember the same with definitely not the experience you had, but the same. I went, got my degree, and I I didn't even do it what I got my degree for at all. I basically learned that's not what I want to do. I just needed at that point the degree once I realized I don't want to do that. So, oh my gosh, yes. And we think we should be,
Yeah.
we pay for this degree, we should be able to get this job and we should stay in it.
And I remember feeling that I was failing because that had not happened, you know, and it's like, well, I'm not able to secure employment in the thing that my degree is in, so I'm not succeeding. And that's because I didn't understand what I was later told in my first corporate job, because I have corporate resume, academic resume, and a performing artist resume. I'm diverse. And I learned at the corporate level, we just need you to have a degree because the company will train you in whatever they hired you to do. And I was like, but that's ridiculous. You know, I'm working in a finance company and I don't have, those aren't my degrees, but then yet I wind up being a corporate finance manager. And
Now,
so there was no way to know that. So just knowing that it may not be a direct path would have been nice to know.
yes, it would have been, absolutely. And you're so spot on.